Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these Jefferson nickels that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're going to take a closer look at a coin from the United States that may just be sitting in your collection, tucked away in a drawer, and it could be worth a small fortune. Yes, we're talking about the United States 5-cent coin from 1957. This unassuming nickel could hold more value than you'd expect, and we're going to show you why. Let's take a step back and look at the history of the United States 5-cent coin in 1957. Back then, the country was experiencing the post-World War II economic boom, and the United States Mint was producing large quantities of coins to meet the growing demand for currency. The 5-cent coin, commonly referred to as the Jefferson nickel, had already been in circulation for decades, but the 1957 version has a unique place in coin history. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the previous Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin featured a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse, and an image of his home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 1957 coin, while part of this long-running series, carries with it a special set of characteristics that make it desirable to collectors. What sets the 1957 Jefferson nickel apart from other coins of its era? It's primarily the condition and rarity of specific varieties that make it so valuable. Most of the 1957 nickels were produced for regular circulation, but a certain percentage of these coins were minted in proof sets, which were specially made for collectors. These proof coins were struck with extra care, using polished dies to create a much sharper and more detailed image compared to the regular circulation coins. They were also produced in limited quantities, which makes them more sought after by numismatists. Another factor that adds to the intrigue of the 1957 5-cent coin is the presence of mint errors. Some of the 1957 nickels, especially those produced in certain mint locations, show signs of irregularities that make them stand out from the rest. These mint errors are a goldmine for collectors because they represent rare, one-of-a-kind items. Some of these errors include doubling of the date or the D mint mark, as well as other misprints or strikes that make the coin even more valuable. However, it's not just the proof coins or error varieties that can command attention. The 1957 Jefferson nickel, in general, has garnered interest because of the high demand for vintage U.S. coins in good condition. Coins that are well preserved, free of scratches, dents, or signs of heavy circulation, are increasingly hard to find. In fact, if you're lucky enough to own a 1957 nickel in near mint or uncirculated condition, you could be holding on to something truly special. Now, let's talk about what kind of price these coins can fetch in today's market. The value of any coin depends heavily on its condition, rarity, and the specific market demand at any given time. For a typical 1957 Jefferson nickel in average condition, you might expect a value of just a few dollars, nothing out of the ordinary. However, if your coin is in pristine, uncirculated condition, or, even better, if it happens to be one of the rare error varieties or proof coins, the price can skyrocket. So, how much is the rarest of the rare worth? Well, if you have an exceptionally well-preserved 1957 Jefferson nickel, especially one of those with a significant mint error or part of a proof set, it could be worth as much as $58,000. That's right, $58,000. A single nickel that could be sitting quietly in your collection or your pocket right now, potentially worth more than many people's entire life savings. It's hard to believe that something so small and common could hold such immense value, but that's the magic of coin collecting. So, how can you tell if your 1957 Jefferson nickel is one of these high-value coins? First, examine the condition of the coin carefully. Look for any signs of wear or damage. The clearer and more detailed the image of Thomas Jefferson and Monticello, the better. If you have a magnifying glass or a loupe, check for mint errors or anomalies in the design. These are the key indicators that could reveal the true worth of your coin. You should also consider taking your coin to a professional coin dealer or a certified appraiser for a more accurate assessment. They can help you determine if your 1957 nickel is a rare, valuable find that could fetch top dollar in the market. Some numismatists even recommend having rare coins graded by professional grading services to ensure their authenticity and value. In conclusion, the United States 5-cent coin from 1957 may appear to be just another nickel, but with the right combination of rarity, condition, and special characteristics, it could be worth a staggering amount. So, the next time you stumble across a 1957 Jefferson nickel, take a closer look. You might be holding a rare treasure that's worth far more than its face value. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future coin discoveries. Top 2, we're about to uncover the value of a coin that many might overlook, but with the right condition and circumstances, it could be worth a small fortune. That's right, we're talking about the United States 5-cent coin from 1973. This seemingly ordinary nickel could be hiding some serious value, and we're here to reveal just how much it could be worth. Let's start by taking a look at the history behind the 1973 Jefferson nickel. The 5-cent piece has been in circulation in the United States since 1866, but in 1938, the design was changed to what we now recognize as the Jefferson nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side, and an image of his home, Monticello, on the reverse. This iconic design has been used on the nickel for decades, but every year brings slight variations or unique circumstances that can influence a coin's value. By 1973, the U.S. Mint had already produced millions of Jefferson nickels in the same basic design, but the condition and rarity of certain coins can significantly affect their market value. Although the 1973 nickel was not part of a special limited run, the coin holds value today due to some very specific factors, most notably, its condition, any potential mint errors, and the demand for coins from this era. The fact is, the 1973 Jefferson nickel isn't as common as you might think in perfect or uncirculated condition, and it's the coins in pristine shape that are driving the value up. You might be wondering, what exactly makes this coin so special? Well, most of the 1973 nickels were produced for regular circulation, meaning they were distributed to the public and spent in daily transactions. Over time, they accumulated wear and tear, scratches, nicks, and other signs of circulation damage. A well-worn 1973 nickel may only fetch a few cents above its face value, but that's where the story of the valuable 1973 nickel takes a twist. A key factor that increases the value of any coin is its condition. The most sought-after coins are those that have been preserved in mint state or uncirculated condition. These coins are as close as possible to the way they were first struck by the U.S. Mint, with sharp details and minimal to no signs of wear. It's this high-quality preservation that can send the value of a 1973 Jefferson nickel soaring. If you happen to have a 1973 nickel in near-perfect condition, whether it's one that's been carefully stored away for decades or one you just happen to find in circulation, you could be holding onto a coin that's worth a lot more than just 5 cents. But that's not all. Another element that makes the 1973 nickel valuable is the potential for mint errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, leading to a coin that doesn't meet the usual standards. While most mint errors are minor, some are extremely rare and can add a significant premium to a coin's value. For example, coins with double dies, where the design appears more than once on the coin, or off-center strikes, where the image is misaligned, can make the coin much more desirable to collectors. Even small minting irregularities like these can turn a standard 1973 nickel into a highly valuable piece for collectors looking for unique and rare items to add to their collections. Now, let's talk about the market for this 1973 Jefferson nickel. Coins from this era, particularly in exceptional condition, are highly sought after by both collectors and investors. The demand for well-preserved coins from the 1970s has been steadily increasing, as collectors look to complete their sets of U.S. coins from different decades. If you've got a 1973 nickel that's been kept in pristine condition, or if you've got one with a rare minting error, you could be in for quite the surprise when you check the market. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. If you happen to own one of these rare, high-quality 1973 Jefferson Nickels, especially one that has been preserved in uncirculated condition or features a significant mint error, you could be looking at a value of as much as $54,000. That's right, $54,000. A single nickel, worth $54,000. It's amazing to think that such a small and seemingly insignificant coin could hold that kind of value, but that's the magic of coin collecting. So, how can you tell if your 1973 Jefferson nickel is one of the rare, valuable ones? First, take a close look at its condition. Coins in mint state will have sharp, crisp details, with no signs of wear on the portrait of Thomas Jefferson or Monticello. If you find any signs of heavy wear, scratches, or discoloration, the value may be much lower. But if the coin is clean, shiny, and well preserved, it could be worth significantly more. Also, check for any potential mint errors. Examine the coin carefully with a magnifying glass or loupe to look for any irregularities in the design, such as doubled features or misaligned strikes. These errors could make your coin much more valuable and unique. If you're unsure, it's always a good idea to get your coin professionally graded by a certified coin grading service. They can give you an accurate assessment of its condition and help you determine its true value. In conclusion, while the United States 5-cent coin from 1973 may seem like an ordinary piece of currency, it's the coins in pristine condition or with mint errors that can fetch incredible prices. So, the next time you come across a 1973 Jefferson nickel, take a moment to inspect it closely. You might just be holding a rare coin worth far more than its 5-cent face value. Top 3, it is your lucky day. We're diving into the fascinating world of a specific coin that may be sitting in your collection right now, and it could be worth far more than you think. We're talking about the United States 5-cent coin from 1981, the Jefferson nickel. While you might think of it as just another nickel, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Stick around as we reveal the surprising value of the 1981 nickel, and you won't believe just how much it could be worth. Before we get into the value, let's take a quick look at the history of the 1981 Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, has been a staple of American currency for decades. Its design features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side, and his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. The design has remained largely unchanged for many years, which makes it instantly recognizable to anyone familiar with U.S. coins. By in 1981, the country had experienced decades of economic change, and the U.S. Mint was hard at work producing billions of coins for circulation. The 1981 nickel was no different in terms of design, but it came during an interesting time in U.S. history. The 1980s saw a rise in inflation, along with changes in the way the U.S. government managed its finances. Coins like the 1981 Jefferson nickel were produced in large numbers, but the key to their value today lies in their condition and the special circumstances surrounding certain varieties. So, what makes the 1981 Jefferson nickel so valuable, and why are collectors so interested in it? The truth is, most of the 1981 nickels produced were simply used in day-to-day transactions, meaning they've spent years circulating, accumulating wear and tear. But not all coins are destined for wear. A small percentage of the 1981 nickels were preserved in mint condition, and these uncirculated coins are the ones that are truly valuable. Coins that have been well preserved over the years, kept in protective cases or simply not spent much, are increasingly rare and in high demand among collectors. It's also important to note that there are certain coins from 1981 that stand out because of mint errors. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, leading to a coin that is not quite like the others. These mistakes are extremely valuable because they are often one of a kind. Some of the minting errors on the 1981 Jefferson nickel include double strikes, misaligned designs, or even the wrong metal composition. These types of errors can make a coin far more valuable than its face value. So, if you have a 1981 nickel with an unusual or imperfect design, there's a good chance it could be worth more than you think. another factor that makes the 1981 nickel valuable is its rarity in pristine condition. When you look at a typical 1981 nickel, it's easy to find examples that have been worn down or scratched from years of circulation. However, finding one that is in near-perfect, uncirculated condition is much more difficult. These coins are highly sought after by collectors, and because they are so rare, they can command premium prices. Now, let's talk about the price. You might be surprised to learn that the value of the 1981 Jefferson nickel can reach staggering heights under the right circumstances. If you have one of these coins in uncirculated condition, or better yet, if you happen to have one with a mint error, you could be holding on to something truly valuable. A 1981 Jefferson nickel in exceptional condition can be worth as much as $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000 for a single coin that, to the untrained eye, may just seem like a simple nickel. So, how can you tell if your 1981 nickel is one of the rare and valuable ones? The first step is to examine the coin closely. Look at the condition of the coin and see if the details of Thomas Jefferson's portrait and Monticello's image are sharp and well defined. Coins in mint state, with no signs of wear, discoloration, or damage, are the ones that command the highest prices. If your coin has been in circulation for many years and shows signs of heavy wear, its value will likely be much lower, but it could still be worth more than face value depending on the overall condition. Next, take a magnifying glass or loupe to check for any potential mint errors. Look carefully for doubled letters, numbers, or features, or see if the design is misaligned. Any unusual or unique features can make your coin significantly more valuable. If you suspect your 1981 nickel might be a mint error, it's always a good idea to have it professionally evaluated by a certified coin grading service. They can provide an official grade and determine if your coin has a rare characteristic that increases its value. In conclusion, while the 1981 Jefferson nickel might seem like just another coin from the past, there's much more to it than meets the eye. Coins in pristine condition, especially those with mint errors, can be worth a lot more than their face value. If you happen to have a well-preserved 1981 nickel, or even better, one with a rare minting mistake, you could be sitting on a valuable piece of history. And if you've got a 1981 Jefferson nickel in top condition, it could be worth a staggering $45,000. Yes, $45,000. So, the next time you come across a 1981 nickel in your collection, be sure to take a closer look. It could be worth far more than you think. Top 4, we're about to uncover the hidden value of a coin that many people might overlook, yet it could be worth a small fortune. You might have one of these coins stashed away in your collection, or even tucked away in a drawer at home without realizing its true worth. We're talking about the 1974 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it may seem like a simple and ordinary coin, but trust me, this particular nickel has a secret that could leave you amazed. Stick with us as we explore just how much this 1974 nickel could be worth and what makes it so special in the world of numismatics. The history of the 1974 Jefferson nickel is rooted in the rich tradition of U.S. coinage. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938 and features the famous portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side. The reverse side showcases an image of Monticello, Jefferson's beloved home in Virginia. This design has remained a staple of U.S. currency for decades, and it's immediately recognizable to most Americans. However, it's not just the design that makes the 1974 nickel unique. It's the rarity and condition of certain coins from this year that have made them highly desirable to collectors. By 1974, the U.S. Mint was in the business of producing billions of nickels each year, and the 1974 issue was no exception. However, unlike today, where coins are made in huge quantities with less attention to their condition, many coins from the 1970s, especially those that were heavily circulated, have not withstood the test of time. If you take a close look at most 1974 nickels, you'll likely notice the wear and tear from years of use. So, what makes this particular coin valuable? It all comes down to condition, rarity, and the possibility of mint errors point one of the key factors that influence the value of the 1974 Jefferson nickel is its condition. Most of these coins were used in everyday transactions and show signs of wear, scratches, and other imperfections. However, finding a 1974 nickel in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rare discovery. Coins that have been carefully preserved, whether they were kept in a protective case or simply stored away, are increasingly valuable to collectors. A well-preserved 1974 Jefferson nickel, one that looks almost as fresh as the day it was minted, could be worth significantly more than its 5-cent face value. But wait, there's more to this coin than just good condition. There are also rare mint errors that can make the 1974 Jefferson nickel far more valuable than you might expect. Mint errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin's production process, resulting in coins with defects that make them stand out from regular issues. Some of the most valuable mint errors include double dies, where the coin's design appears more than once, or off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned. These kinds of errors are highly prized by collectors because they are unique, and they can add a premium to the value of the coin. If you happen to have a 1974 nickel with a mint error, you could be sitting on a valuable piece of history. While most 1974 nickels were produced without any issues, the coins with rare errors can be incredibly hard to find, which makes them much more desirable to collectors. The value of such coins can rise dramatically, depending on the rarity and type of error. Whether it's a double die or an off-center strike, these mint errors can increase the value of the coin substantially. Now, let's talk numbers. As we've mentioned before, most 1974 Jefferson nickels are worth just 5 cents, unless you're lucky enough to have one in uncirculated condition or with a minting error. So, what is the value of the rare, high-quality 1974 Jefferson nickel? If you happen to have an uncirculated 1974 nickel, or better yet, one with a mint error, you could be looking at a jaw-dropping value of as much as $52,000. Yes, that's right, $52,000 for a single coin. That might sound unbelievable, but in the world of coin collecting, this kind of value is not as rare as you might think, especially when you consider the rarity and condition of certain coins from this era. How can you tell if you have one of these rare, high-value 1974 nickels? The first step is to closely examine the condition of your coin. If it shows signs of wear, discoloration, or damage from years of circulation, its value may not be much higher than face value. However, if you find a coin that still retains sharp details, a clean surface, and no visible signs of wear, then you might just have an uncirculated gem on your hands. Next, carefully inspect the coin for any signs of mint errors. Take a magnifying glass or loupe and look for doubled features, misaligned images, or any other unusual characteristics. If you spot something out of the ordinary, there's a chance that your coin could be worth more than you ever imagined. Mint errors are rare and can drastically increase the value of a coin, so make sure to check for them before you dismiss your 1974 nickel as just another ordinary coin. In conclusion, the 1974 Jefferson nickel may seem like just another run-of-the-mill coin, but when you look closer, it holds incredible potential for value. Whether it's in mint condition or features a rare minting error, this coin could be worth far more than its face value. And if you happen to have one in exceptional condition or with a mint error, you could be sitting on a valuable piece of history worth a staggering $52,000. So, take a moment to search through your coin collection or dig through your old change jar. You just might find a rare 1974 Jefferson nickel that could be worth a lot more than you expected. Top 5 and last rare coin for you, we dive into the 1993 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. While you might have a few of these coins floating around in your change jar, some of them are far more valuable than their face value. You won't believe how much this small nickel could be worth in today's market. Stick around, because by the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much this 1993 coin could fetch you. Now, let's set the stage by talking a little about the 1993 Jefferson nickel. The design of the nickel has remained mostly unchanged since its introduction in 1938, and it continues to feature Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side. On the reverse, you'll find an image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home. This design, created by artist Felix Schlag, has been a symbol of U.S. coinage for decades, making the Jefferson nickel one of the most iconic coins in American history. But why is the 1993 nickel, in particular, so special? The 1993 coin was minted at a time when the U.S. economy was undergoing significant changes. The early 90s saw a shift in political leadership with the inauguration of President Bill Clinton, as well as a period of economic growth following the recession of the late 1980s. While the 1993 Jefferson nickel was one of many coins produced that year, it stands out for a number of reasons that are worth exploring. First, let's talk about the sheer rarity of coins from this era in uncirculated condition. Most 1993 nickels that have been in circulation for decades have seen their fair share of wear and tear. You've probably noticed that over time, nickels can become scratched, scuffed, or even discolored. However, what makes certain 1993 nickels highly valuable is their pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins that have been carefully stored or kept in mint sets over the years are increasingly rare. As time goes on, these well-preserved coins are becoming more sought after by collectors, which is driving up their value. If you happen to have a 1993 nickel that's still in mint condition, you may be holding onto something special. What truly sets the 1993 Jefferson nickel apart from the rest, though, are the potential mint errors that may exist within this series. Mint errors are a big deal in the world of coin collecting because they can make a coin significantly more valuable than one without any errors. Minting mistakes are rare occurrences that happen during the production process, and when they do, the resulting coins are considered highly collectible. For the 1993 Jefferson nickel, some of the most valuable mint errors include things like double dies, where the coin's design is mistakenly struck twice, creating a blurry or overprinted image. Another common error that collectors look for are off-center strikes, where the design doesn't align properly with the coin's edges. These errors are relatively uncommon, so if you happen to find a 1993 nickel with any unusual features, you may have discovered a rare minting mistake that could significantly increase its value. Let's take a moment to consider how much the 1993 Jefferson nickel could be worth if it happens to be in exceptional condition or features a mint error. While most of the 1993 nickels you'll come across are still worth just 5 cents, a well-preserved, uncirculated coin, or better yet, a coin with a mint error, could easily command a much higher price. Are you sitting down? Because a 1993 Jefferson nickel in pristine condition or with a rare mint error could be worth as much as $43,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $43,000 for a single nickel. It's hard to believe that something as small and seemingly ordinary as a 5-cent coin could hold such incredible value. But that's the beauty of coin collecting. It's all about rarity, condition, and finding those hidden gems that others might overlook. If you've got a 1993 Jefferson nickel in great shape, or if you think it may have a mint error, it's definitely worth having it professionally graded by a reputable coin expert. This will give you a better idea of its true value and whether it's worth more than just its face value. Now, how can you identify if you've got one of these rare and valuable 1993 nickels? The first step is to examine the condition of the coin. Is it still shiny with sharp details, or does it show signs of wear and damage from years of circulation? A nickel that has been carefully stored and kept in pristine condition will have crisp details, including a well-defined portrait of Jefferson and a clear depiction of Monticello on the reverse side. If your 1993 nickel shows signs of heavy circulation, like scratches, fading, or dullness, it may not be worth as much, but it's still a good idea to hold onto it, as some of these coins still carry a premium over face value. Next, you'll want to check for any mint errors. Look closely at the coin using a magnifying glass to see if you can spot anything unusual. Are there any doubled letters, numbers, or blurry images? Is the design misaligned or off-center? These are all signs that your coin might be a rare mint error. If you find something that doesn't look quite right, your 1993 nickel could be worth far more than you think. Mint errors are one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting, and they can dramatically increase the value of a coin. In conclusion, while the 1993 Jefferson nickel might seem like just another coin from the 90s, it has a hidden value that many collectors are starting to realize. Whether it's an uncirculated specimen in mint condition or one with a rare mint error, this coin could be worth a lot more than its face value. And if you have a 1993 nickel that's in exceptional condition, you could be looking at a value of a staggering $43,000, so don't just toss that old change aside, take a moment to carefully inspect your 1993 nickels. You might just find yourself with a valuable treasure. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.